Hey y'all, it's Carmen. I have been asked to do a little small demonstration on how I add the belt buckle type bling onto bows. And this is how I used to do it. This may not be the perfect way. There may be an easier way, but since I was asked, I'm going to share the way I used to do it when I made hair bows. Real quick, I'm going to add in the type of bling just for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about. It's a plastic bling. It's usually a heart, a square, or a circle. Okay, now with that being said, I don't have any of those anymore. I've gotten rid of those a while back, so that's something I need to start adding back into my stash. So I did a little makeshift. As you can see, I put some ribbon in the middle to make a makeshift, and I want this center facing this way. So I've got my little spot in the center that's blocking me from turning it if I want it this way. So here's what I do. There's a couple ways you can go about this, but you've also got your bow, and this is what you want to wrap your bow around, right? Well, how can you do that when this is actually going to go right over this in the same direction? You can't. So, and excuse me if I say so a lot, I'm going to take the coordinating piece that I want. Now, I'm doing contrasting colors so you can see what I do, but you do use whatever ribbon that you would like to use. Now, I'm just going to run it in and fill in my belt buckle. And I could stop here, and what I could do is I could cut it off, trim it here, like that, and then there, and just glue those pieces down. And then I could put my bow together like this, as normal, and then just attach. Let's see if I can make that one a little bit smooth. And then just attach it in the center. Or, if I wanted to attach, you got your bow, you've got your center bow loop, and if I want to make it just a little bit more secure, then I will actually take it. I still will adhere the ribbon to the edge if I at all possibly can. If there's any lip there, I would do it because I'm all about everything being secure. But you can also take it, have you a little extra ribbon, and wrap it around and adhere it also not only, and I apologize, I know this is not what y'all was wanting to see, something perfect, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't have the buckles. But if you attach it, and then in the back, if you've got your ribbon long enough, you can attach the ribbon back here. So you've got attachment here, you've got a little bit of attachment here, and if my ribbon was long enough, you'd have a little bit of attachment here, and then it's attached in the center. So then, all you have to do, actually, let me try to do that real quick. I'm not going to, let's see. I'm just doing this quick. Usually I would not, I love hot glue, don't get me wrong when I say this. I love hot glue, but hot glue is not the most reliable adhesive. So I'm big on certain things being sewn, being E6000, or I'll double it with maybe some of my glue adhesive. Now, this is the side, if you just wanted it this way, just cut it off, and then you don't see it from the front. But I'm going to do this side as if my ribbon was long enough. And then I'm going to flip my ribbon over. And then I'm still going to attach. I attached a little bit right there. Now I'm going to attach this. And I would normally overlap it here too. But, so I'm going to actually center that up a little bit more. I'm going to put a little glue there. And I'm going to put a little bit here. So now that's attached. There. Now, I attached a little crooked. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach it to the center. Like I said, normally I use stronger adhesive because that's just me. When I do hair bows, a lot of times it is hot glue, but if it's a heavier piece, then no. And yeah, my bow's all crooked. Like I said, this is not something I would normally do, but I wanted to whip this up together for y'all real quick. Let's see. And then also, if you don't know this, and I know, you know, many of y'all do, but just in case, if I can get my, if you just run it real quick, because you can burn it, that seals the ends and it will not fray at all. So I'm going to add a little hot glue there. Wrap that up. Like I said, please don't judge me for my sloppiness. This one's a little bit long, so just a little demonstration. I'm actually going to be making some bows for my little girl, sharing off my BB bling. And that's the back of it. And then you've got your bow. I'm going to throw in another little tip. If you decide the center's just not working for you, or you just don't like how it looks and you would like it a little bit more plain, you may already know this, but for those who do not, I'm going to show you a couple other little ways to fold and put knots in the center of your bow. Now, if you take a bow, and I'm not going to cut this because I was just gifted this, and I need it desperately because I don't have enough wide ribbon. But if you want to take it and you've got the center of your bow, and you don't just want just a plain wrap, you can always take your ribbon and knot it. Now, it's basically the same as you would any knot. The only difference is you're just going to make sure when you go to knot, so that's all I did. Let's see if I can get closer and keep center. I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to knot it like I would a shoestring or anything else. The only difference is when I pull it through, I'm going to twist this back up, this other side. And then I'm going to make sure that this stays flat. And then what's going to happen, now it's a little bit more difficult with smaller ones, but if you're making a small bow, it works. And then I'm going to pull it. And I'm going to try to see, because I'm kind of blocked a little bit, so I'm going to pull it over to the side. See if y'all can see how that works. And the difference it makes when you go to do a center. It's not just a plain, well, let me see if I can gather this up a little bit. I know I'm getting long on this video, and it was supposed to be a quick, but this is kind of my area. Like I said, I did this for, 8 years for my little girl. But if you put it up and you got you a bow like that, and then you wrap it, it just gives it a little more something than just your typical flat. Does that make sense? Now I'm going to show you in a different size. Here's the next size up. Now silk is a little bit more trickier because it's not as firm. Also with silk, when you go to heat the edges, you definitely want to be careful with it because it melts super easy. So you definitely want to be careful with that. But with this one, I'm going to, if I need a fat one, I'm just going to do the same exact thing. And I'm going to, well, if I can get my hands on it, silk, or satin, should I say. Then I'm going to do the same thing and I'm going to get a fat knot. But if I need a smaller one, and I've got this one, then I'm just going to fold it in half. And I'm just going to grab it and I'm going to do the same exact thing. And then turn it, make sure it's facing up. keep this one, that one just folded on me. Keep this one tight, and we're going to turn it in opposite directions. And look at that gorgeous little knot. Perfect. And then here's the wider one. Now, again, you can fold this one in half, and it's going to be like as if you did that one. And you're going to have a big knot. If you want a big knot. If not, and the harder you pull, you can kind of mush that in the middle. And so it's not so pointy. Does that make sense? And then also, if you need it smaller, which I have done this many of times, I actually triple fold. And I'm going to show you a little trick if I can find, I'm not sure if I've got my needle nose or not. Okay. Excuse the noise. Okay, these are old needle nose my hubby gave me, but I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it in half. Then I'm going to fold this in half again. And I'm going to keep it like that. But what I'm going to do now is this is where I am going to melt the ribbon. And I'm going to heat this up to where it's melted pretty good and immediately, well, if I can get my hands working right today. And I'm just going to hold that a second until it cools off. Now it's sealed together. Now, if I want to double make sure it's sealed and doesn't come apart, I'll do it again. I'll just heat it up really good. See how it's melting? And I'll put my my needle nose in there, and I'm just going to hold it and pinch it. And there it is. Anyway, I just thought that was another interesting tip for anybody with bows that likes to make bows and wanted some alternative than always having a center in the middle. So I hope you like it. I hope you appreciate it. Let me know if this helped. If not, leave me a question and let me know how I can explain it a little bit better for y'all. Thank you so much, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.